Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book, Networking Like a Pro and Winning in Direct Sales. I gotta tell you, I am fired up here today because today we are going to talk about the one question that a lot of direct sales professionals and network marketers, this is a question that they need to be asking themselves if they maybe are finding that their business isn't going as well as they'd like, or maybe they're not recruiting as well as they'd like, or they're not building their team as big as they'd like, or whatever the case may be. What we're going to do is we're going to address one question that in a lot of ways, at least in my experience, is a really good precursor for figuring out, and pointing you in the right direction. And you know what that question is? Are you having a business approach to your business, or are you engaging in a hobby approach for your business? Now, before we unpack that, let me just make sure that we get this clear right off the bat. There is no right or wrong answer. Okay, so like one of the things, and I tell people this a lot: if you're going to run your business like a business, you're going to get business results. If you're going to run your business and treat it like a hobby, well, then you're going to get hobby results. There's no absolute right or wrong. But here's the difference. Excuse me. When you're running a business, what happens is the difference between a business and a hobby is quite simple. A business is something where you're actually able to get a return on your investment. You actually make money, right? You're running a business, so you make money from that. Versus a hobby, you're not really trying to make money from that. It's just something that you do, something to take up some time, something to keep you busy. So like, for example, a hobby of mine is playing golf. Okay, another hobby of mine is playing chess. Another hobby of mine is watching movies. I like watching movies and doing some of those types of things. My girlfriend actually says that I actually watch the most movies of any person she knows who's still gainfully employed. I take that as a compliment. So the idea is, though, that there are different things. I'm not looking to make money from golf or chess or reading books or watching movies or anything, but playing basketball, anything like that. Conversely, my business, when I talk about coaching and speaking and getting paid speaking engagements and working with people in our mastermind sessions and getting their, moving them forward, absolutely there is an expectation that there's a return on investment, and that's why I have a business. Now, this, just so we're clear, is a mindset issue. It's not a skill set. It leads to skill set, what you do, okay? But right off the bat, it's a mindset conversation. How are you approaching it? Now, if you're not sure, if you're not, clear, or whatever the case may be, then, and you're still not getting the results that you want, then, respectfully, I would have to say that you're probably running it, again, like a hobby. And again, that's not a problem. But if you're looking to build your team, if you're looking to get more recruits, if you're looking to get more customers, clients, be able to make more money, more time freedom, if that's what you're looking to do as a network marketer or direct sales professional, that's fine. And you're not doing that, then you might want to take a look at how to actually run it as a business. Now, I jotted down a few things here, and let's just go over them, okay? First and foremost, do you have a vision? This is absolutely huge. You have to have a vision of where you're trying to go as a network marketer or direct sales professional. So one of the things that we talk about is we want to retire out to Portugal, Spain. We talked about maybe Belize. I think that has too many hurricanes and things like that. But we have an idea of what we want to be able to do, and even when we want to be able to do it. We actually put that down. My brother's going to be retiring. We're going to, go out there, do some stuff with him. He actually does a lot of stuff with boats and things like that. So you have to have a vision. Now, some of the people that we've worked with, they told us their vision is they want to have more time freedom. Some of the people we've worked with have told us that they want to be able to have, they want to have a smaller team. Okay, so they're like, oh, you know what? We just want a little smaller team, 7 to 10 people, but people who are actively working the business. Okay, and then from there, they're like, I want to be able to, work. I don't know if this is exactly the number, but just this is kind of a composite example. 20 hours a week. All right, fine. Like, this is totally fine. It doesn't have to be this huge, 78 hours, I'm going to build this empire. It doesn't have to be like that. There has to be some type of vision. Okay, a lot of the people that we work with in the network marketing, well, I shouldn't say a lot, that's not true. But some of the people we work with in the network marketing world have small kids. Right? So they want to be able to do something while, Johnny is asleep or at nap time, or maybe, out to school and come back just to keep him busy. But still, they want to have that time be a business because they're expecting, they're looking to get, I'm just making up a number, $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month or $500 a month or whatever the case may be. So number one, numero uno, you have to have a vision. Okay. Now, number two is, are you consistent? All right, so we're talking about hobby versus business results. We're talking about hobby versus business approach. Okay, we're talking about if you want to be able to get business results, you have to have a business approach. And then if you're not, then you probably need to be taking a look at how you're approaching your overall business. Totally fine. All right, so are you consistent with your in terms of what you're doing? So let me give you some examples. Are you consistent with the amount of when you, are you consistent with the time that you get up in the morning? Okay, if you're working at a business, you don't, you're working over at Xerox or you're working at GE Capital or Equifax. When I was working at Equifax and GE, like I had to be at work by, I want to say like 8:30. I think it was 8:30 actually, and I got there around 8:15 if you want to know the truth. But let's just say it was 8:30. It might be 9 o'clock. I don't know, most people have worked some type of job in the past. You don't get out of bed and just slide out whenever you want to. That's not a business. That's not a business. You don't just sleep in or you do this or you do that and maybe I'll get up and maybe I won't, but I'm kind of no. That's a hobby. Okay, that's what you do. That's what I do if I'm good. Like I was going to play basketball today, and I was like, oh, let me go shoot some baskets. And I was like, I don't really want to. My knee was hurting just a little bit. That's because I need new shoes. By the way, got some buy one get ones over at Saucony, 14 wide. Okay, coming in tomorrow morning. So so I didn't go. Why? Because it's a hobby. Now, if it was a business, if I was in the business of basketball and had to make the team or make the cut or whatever, then you better believe I would have gone out there today because I knew it's going to be raining tomorrow and I wanted to get some shots in. I play outside. Okay? The point is that if you're running a business, are you consistent with when you're getting up in the morning? Are you consistent with the total number of hours that you put in, whether it's 20, 30, 15, 12, 50? 50 is a lot. Me personally, I'm doing this full time, obviously my own business. I work anywhere from 40 to 50 hours a week. That's my general rule. I usually take a week worth of vacation every 6 to 8 weeks. At the end of the day, my goal is to get to 10 weeks of vacation at the calendar year. I don't think I've ever gotten to 10 weeks, actually. My record, I want to say, is like 8, but I go with that idea because I have a vision, okay? Are you consistent with the time you get up, the hours you put in? Are you consistent with the talking points? Like when you're talking to people, maybe from a recruiting standpoint, okay? Are you consistently saying the same things? Or are you just kind of winging it? Okay, if you want business results, if you want a bigger team, how about we start talking about the same things? That way, when you're talking to people and it works with some or doesn't with others or whatever, you can start judging and gauging, actually, it's a better word, the effectiveness of your talking points and your scripts. And we always like to talk about this, right? Deb talks about this all the time, being duplicatable. Right? When you're talking to people and you're using the same scripts and you start building a team, you can then share with them, hey, listen, here's what you need to be able to do to be successful. And that's making you duplicatable. All right, so that's the third thing. And there's another thing. Are you consistent with your networking and your social media? Okay, I put that as the same thing, but they're kind of different. Networking, are you going out to maybe virtual events? Are you going out to physical events? Are you, posting on social media on a consistent basis? Are you engaging? Do you have a group maybe that you started up, a Facebook group? These are some different things when we talk about running a business, when we talk about the business approach, when we talk about having a business result from your business as a network marketer. These are the types of things that you need to be taking a look at, okay? So being able to actually run a business like a business makes all the difference in the world. And if you find yourself trying to maybe get a bigger team or get more recruits or get more customers or whatever the case may be, if that's what you're trying to do and you haven't quite gotten it yet, the one question that I always tell people when it comes to network marketing, direct sales is very, very simple. Are you approaching it like a business? Because if you aren't, then you're gonna continue to get hobby results. All right, so anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's something that you can see yourself doing. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.